So, welcome back. In our last few videos, we were talking about some basics of trees and then the binary search tree, and then we talked about some of the basic operations on binary search tree, where we were looking into searching option, inserting option, deleting option, and there we observed that in case of deletion, we have multiple options as well, where either I can delete a node with one child or I can delete a node with two child. So in our last video we also decided that in our upcoming videos we'll also talk about some more basic operations on binary search tree. So in that series we have this another problem where we are supposed to find the height of a binary tree. Now one good thing to notice about the binary search trees, or maybe trees to be very specific, is that every time all my algorithms are the recursive ones. So recursion is the concept which you need to have understood very well in order to get the details about all these operations on your binary search trees. So in order to find the height of tree, what we can do is that, let's take one example where I have a binary search tree of this type, and on this side what we'll have is we'll have something greater than the values. On this side let me add 80, on this side let me add 60, and in this particular example, what I should get is the height to be equivalent to 3. And the way we do is, if you talk about level, so it comes at level 0, it comes at level 2, this is coming at level 3. Now when it comes to height, what we can do is that we can determine the height by calculating the height of your left subtree and the right subtree, and whichever is greater, in this case this comes out to be greater, then add 1 to it, right? That would be your actual height of a binary search tree, right? So in this particular example what we see is that the height of your left subtree is comparatively smaller, right? And this we are considering, and then we are adding 1 to it in order to get the height. So once again I'm trying to explain you this particular concept. Find the height of left subtree and the right subtree, whichever is greater, observe that and add 1 to that particular value. That would return you the height of a binary search tree, and that's how this particular algorithm works. In this case what we are doing is, initially I am checking for a condition where I may come across a possibility where my binary search tree does not exist, it's an empty binary search tree, right? Recall a situation where we don't have anything, right? In that case we need to print that it's empty binary search tree. Or else what we can do is we can identify the height of your left subtree, we can identify the height of your right subtree. We can go ahead with the comparison part, right? Whichever is greater, we'll add 1 to it, and we'll be able to find the height of your binary search tree after adding 1, right? That's how you're doing. Once again, it's a recursive solution. Now what we can do is we can come up with another solution which can be iterative in nature, right? So let me take the same example, or maybe a different random example once again. The only thing is I need to follow the rules of a binary search tree, right? Everything remains same. So let me take a random walk on this particular binary tree. So what we can do is, for iteratively finding the solution, what we can do is I can use the number of nodes on the longest path from the root node, right? What we can do is we can use the number of nodes on the longest path from the root node. That means from the root node to the deepest node, right? I can have something like this as well. So in that case, I'll have this height. Another thing I can do is, using the number of edges for example, this is your edge on the longest path from the root node to the deepest node, right? So I have 1, 2, 3. Add 1 to it, you'll get the height of your binary search tree. So let's quickly glance through what basically we are saying. Finding the height iteratively. So two approaches: using the number of nodes on the longest path, or using the number of edges on the longest path, and you're done with the finding the height of binary search tree. Now another operation, which is finding the total number of nodes in a binary search tree. So this can be somewhat similar to finding the height, because there also I'm able to identify the number of nodes. So we'll be using that particular concept. Once again, recursive solution will be the best. And what we'll do is we'll count the number of nodes of left subtree, plus we'll count the number of nodes of right subtree, and we are good to go. Add it, you'll get the solution. Right. Once again, let's take the same previous somewhat similar kind of example. There what we can do is, let me take a tree, so that binary search tree, so that it becomes easier for you to grasp the particular concept. And let me have this, let me have this, So what we are going to do is we'll count the total number of nodes on this particular part, that is your left subtree, counting total number of nodes on the right subtree, and then we identify that we are excluding something, which is your root node. So to this particular formula, what I am going to do is I'll add 1 to it. That would give me the total number of nodes. Right. So number of nodes on left subtree, number of nodes on the right subtree, and adding 1 for the root node, that would give me the actual count. So let's see how my algorithm works. So how it works is, once again we'll check for this empty tree condition. If BST equals to null, then I'll declare it's empty tree, or else what I'll do is I'll go ahead with this recursive solution where I'll say that return the total BST nodes, which is BST to the left, plus total BST, which is BST to the right, plus 1. That would give me the overall count for finding the total number of nodes. Once again, you see almost all the algorithms we have discussed are recursive in nature, except the previous ones where we gave the iterative solution to this particular part, right? Or else everything was recursive. Now another concept, that is deleting a binary search tree. What we can do is, in order to delete the entire binary search tree, we need to delete the elements or the nodes in the left subtree and in the right subtree, right? So that, let's see once again a recursive solution to this particular problem. Firstly, I'll check if tree is not equal to null, then only it makes sense, or else what will happen is that tree does not exist itself, right? Tree itself is not available. So keep on deleting the nodes on the right hand side, and then keep on deleting the nodes on the left hand side, or vice versa, and you are good to go, right? And just a small mistake, this is free BST. So it's like, let me take one example once again. 20, here I have 40, once again 60, and maybe sorry, it should be 60 and then 70 on this side, or maybe I'll draw it once again for you. So 60 I have, and then 70, and then let me take 55, right, to be on the safer side. So start deleting this. So what I'm going to do is I'll delete this, and then I'll move to the right hand side. I'll recursively once again I'm deleting this, I'm deleting this, then I'm deleting this, and I'm left with this. That's how I will go ahead with this. And at the end I need to free it, right? I'm making the memory free for this particular task. Now we can have some more options on this particular binary search tree. Let's take a couple of more options in this particular binary search tree. So what all options we have? One is finding the largest node in a binary search tree. Another one is finding the smallest node in a binary search tree. Right, so I'm not going to give you the algorithm for it because search operation you've already done, but let me give you a trick to find the largest and to find the smallest node in a binary search tree. And this particular trick is derived from the operations, right, operations and the property of my binary search tree, which is this. Let me take one example to explain you this particular concept. So we have a root node, then I have 20 on this side, I am taking 90 on this side, then I am getting, let me take 60 on this side and 100 on this side. Now point to notice is that my leftmost node of left subtree will always have the smallest node in a binary search tree, and the rightmost node will always have the largest node. Using these two properties, I can easily identify the smallest and the largest node in a binary search tree. Search operation, you know, recursively. Moving towards left, moving towards right, you know, which I have discussed in my previous video. Comparison you can easily do using these symbols, and you're good to find this particular thing, which is nothing but finding the smallest or finding the largest node. Give a try if you are not conversant, or if you are not able to. I once again write the algorithm, so let me know. I'll get back to you with the videos on finding the smallest and the largest node. That's all for today. See you in the next video.